this is Logan Murphy again, and today I will be showing you how to connect to a MySQL server using JSP. So, before I begin, there may be some people who are unable to connect to the database. So what you are going to have to do if you're having trouble, you're going to have to download a community server. I will put the link under this video. Just click on it and choose to download the 32-bit installer and run that to completion. And when you run that, you should be able to open MySQL Workbench and you'll have a local instance of MySQL. So you should only download that if MySQL Workbench is unable to connect for whatever reason. Maybe you chose the wrong options for your MySQL Workbench download. So if you did that, then you should download the community server. So I'm going to open my local instance, and you're going to put in your username and password that you supply when you were installing, and you're going to create a new database, and we're going to call it shop for now, and click apply and apply. Finish and open up the schema, also known as a database. Right click it and create a table, and this table will be called user, and the column name will be user ID. Data type is int. It's a primary key, not null. It's auto increment. Also have user email. This will be a varchar 45. I'll change it to 32. This is also not null, and this is unique. And we'll also add user password. That'll be varchar 32 as well. Not null, and that's good. And we'll also add user birthday, and that'll be a date time. No. A date. We'll choose date, and that'll also be not null. Okay, so we have all that, and we'll choose to apply it. Apply. Finish, and we'll be able to expand this and see the user table, all the columns that are in it. So we have our schema now. So we're going to just minimize this and maximize our Eclipse. Now we're going to start doing some JSP here. We're going to be doing function declarations for the moment. So I have these out of order. What we're going to do is make utility functions. Functions to just make our life a little bit easier. So we're going to make a standard function that will connect to a database, and we will make a function that closes a database connection. Okay, now we can use a shortcut to format that. And before we move on, we also want to import the classes that we need, and that will be java.sql.star, which I might refer to as SQL. So what you have to do is, for the connection class, you type the word class dot for name, and you have to put in there a string com dot so I'm not really familiar with it, so I'm just going to use Eclipse to help me. If I type com dot MySQL dot JDBC dot driver, something kind of comes up, so that's what you have to put into the string here. And then you type a dot new instance, and you want to put that in a try. and have a catch that catches all exceptions. And we'll return null if there's an exception. And we'll return driver dot or device driver dot connect. Now I'm going to make sure this is correct. Java dot SQL dot. Now this should be driver manager. So it's driver manager. Now the first string, you just kind of have to put this jdbc colon MySQL colon slash slash localhost slash then your database name. So we go back to here and see the database name is shop, so we have to put shop there. Then you put the username, which is root, and the password, which I chose is root, and put your semicolon, semicolon, format it. Now this is not connect, it's get connection. Okay, so we have that. Now we have to do a try, catch, exception, e, and we'll do a c.close, return true, return false. So we have these two utility functions that we just called to connect to the database. So let's actually use these functions. Connection c equals connect. Then we'll just do an out.print of c. Then we will close c. And then we'll save it. We'll come back here and we'll refresh it. So we're going to close that. And we're going to rerun this. And it's probably going to say to reset it. So it's saying null. And the reason we're getting null is because there's something wrong with our connection. So a good way to find out why we're not getting a connection is to just, instead of returning null, throw a new error there, save it, refresh it, and it says 500, and it'll say the error somewhere around in here, exception occurred. Scroll down, it's usually around here. So unknown database, oh, well, it was a mistype. So it's shop. So something silly like that is going to stop you from connecting to a database. So we'll come back here and we'll refresh. And if you have something like this, then you connect it properly. If it says null, then you did not connect properly. So let's change this back to returning null. Okay, so we have a connection. We're able to connect to our MySQL database. So what you should do is go here to your Java resources, to the source folder, and add a new package. And we're just going to call it the JSP package. And in that JSP package, we're going to put a new class, and we're going to call that the MySQL class. And this is basically where we keep all our MySQL utility functions. Come back here, and we will take these functions and put them into this class. And make sure we import java.sql.star and format it. We come back here, and instead of importing java.sql.star, we'll import jsp.star, and also we will import java.sql.star, and this should be MySQL.connect, and this should be MySQL.connect. And I used a capital SQL, so make sure you match that. I also used a capital SQL here, and we will do a format, save it, and we will refresh this, and it still works. So our class addition works. So we connected to the database. Just clean this code up a little bit, and we're done for this video. We're able to connect to the database.